I'm Andrew Phillips. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the round capacitor on your AC condenser unit. Now that's the unit that's on the outside of your house, but let's go ahead and get started. Now this is what the round capacitor looks like. These are easy to find, but you want to make sure that you get the specs for your particular one for your unit. You can pick these up anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks, maybe a little bit less if you order them online. Now some of the symptoms when these things go, they could include your vent not blowing cold air on your AC unit. Your energy bill might go up because the unit is straining. Unusual compressor humming noises. A lot of times these go on older units. You may notice, and we're going to see in this video, the outside unit fan not coming on, even though that can be caused by the motor and other things. This guy right here can also affect that. You can also experience some independent shutdowns or just sluggish operation of your system. Things like that. If you notice the inconsistencies, you want to check these right here. Now, if you're running your heating unit, this isn't really going to affect it, but it's usually with your AC. Now, in this particular video, I'm filming it in the winter, so you're going to see snow on the ground. Ignore that. I was filming this video in the winter, but specifically pertaining to the AC condenser. So we're going to head outside soon, and I'll show you how you can access it. We're going to swap it out. We're going to see what it's doing, and then when we change it out, how it improves it and corrects the problem. Now, it's important when you buy this, or if you order it online, you want to make sure that you get the proper specs, which are called out here on this label. Let me get a close-up. But you really want to look at your voltage. You also want to look at the microfarads on there that's labeled. And then if you see like on this one here, it's got a positive minus 10%. That's the tolerance in there on how it could be slightly off. But you want to make sure that you look at the specs, you match it up properly. You also want to match the size here. Like for example, like the circumference and the diameter here. Because depending on the unit, and when we head outside, you'll see it, it has a little, like a strap that goes around it. If you get one that's too big, you may have to modify that to make it fit. So it's important just to get the right one. When you buy these, they'll come in a box like this. And this is what it'll look like here. You'll have the details here on the spec. Comes in this carton. As mentioned already, these are very inexpensive. You're looking at 15, 20 bucks. I think if you order them online, you can even get them for less, like around 12 bucks. So not a big deal. But enough of the talking. Let's head outside. As I just mentioned, it snowed outside, so ignore that because this is winter time and these don't really affect the heat. This is more so for the AC. So just ignore that and just look at the process. But let's head out there and I'll show you how to swap it out. So let's start. We're going to turn on the AC, and I'm going to show you what the unit is doing outside. So if we turn it down here on cool, right there, it kicked on. Let's take a look. No fan coming on or anything. So this is going to be a high drain on your electric by doing that. So first thing you're going to do, and you want to make sure that you do this, come to your breaker box, and you can shut off your AC unit, or you can go outside where you have the cutoff switch, or you have the box right behind your condenser unit. You can pop this open, and you can pull that out to disconnect it, and that'll kill the power. But you do not want to be messing with this thing until the power is completely cut off going to this unit. Here's our unit right here, our AC condenser outside, and you'll see on the left side there's a panel. We need to remove that panel, and within there is where we'll find our round capacitor. So let me get a close-up here so we can take this panel off and access it. Now with the panel removed, we can see inside here, and there's our round capacitor located there on the right. There's multiple wires coming into it, so it's very important that you get a photo or create a diagram so you know exactly how to reconnect your new one. But we're going to take a look here, and I'm going to show you there's actually labels at each of these three prongs that you want to look for. Take a look at this. So looking here, you can see HERM right there, and then on this side you have fan. And then if we turn it again, you're going to see a C. Well, HERM is for your compressor motor. Fan is obviously for your fan. And then C is your common line. You want to remember that so when you connect it, you're going into the right spot. So if we see here again, the next thing that we want to do before we take it off, now that we've identified everything, is you want to make sure that you discharge this capacitor. These things will hold the charge. It can be very dangerous. So to discharge it, you're going to take a screwdriver with a non-conductive handle, And what you're going to do, and you would obviously do this outside, I'm showing you here in the garage, but you're going to lay it across the terminals like this, and you're going to go from terminal to terminal, kind of crisscrossing it and touching everything, and you'll hear it popping and clicking and maybe even some sparks, but you want to do that until you're not getting that anymore to make sure that it's fully discharged so you don't run the risk of getting injured with this thing, since, as mentioned already, it does store the charge. And then now that that's there, the next thing that we'll do is we're going to disconnect everything. And as it's disconnected here, we're removing the old round capacitor. So we've undone the strap right here. We disconnected all of the female connections, and now we can just slide this out. Now with the new one in place, you can see everything is fastened. We have all the connections in the right spot that we identified earlier. Make sure you put everything back properly. You can see how it's all fastened. That's why it's also important to get the right circumference on there, because that strap goes around it. If not, you'll have to modify that strap. But now that that's done, we can go in and we can try the unit. So we've turned everything back on the breaker. Go back up here to our thermostat. We'll put it back on cold. Set it all the way down to get it to kick on. And let's see here. There it is on. Let's check the unit. And there you go. Fan is working fine because the capacitor has been replaced. Everything is working good and efficient. All right, well, that wraps up this video on how to replace the round capacitor on your AC condenser, which, as we already showed and talked about already, that's your outside unit only. So I hope that this video was informative for you. I hope it helped you out if you're having any issues with your AC unit not working properly. As we went through at the beginning, there's multiple symptoms that can alert you that this is your problem right here. So please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and I'll see you next time.